Welcome to Quilt Squirrel. My name is Jody, and this video is just an update of what I did the prior week. So if you watched my last couple videos, you saw that I finished my Vincent Price. So let me get out of the way so you can see. I've added him to the rest of my Saturday Matinee series. So he's the newest member, and I can see if I can give you a close-up of what he looks like. Let's bring him up here closer. So this is a close-up of him. So you can kind of see how tiny some of these pieces are that go into making him. So I'm so proud of him. Let me lay him over here. And the next thing I worked on was my circa 1880, my little 9 patches. I managed to finish 6 more. So now I have a total of 305. And I need 564. It's going to be a while. I also did 2 more of my grandmother's flower garden. So I'm just finding fabrics that I like and just making little flower petals. So now I have 4. I've got chickens and my Bigfoot also. And the next thing that I worked on was my quilt show block of the month, the Pick-a-Petal. It's behind all the monsters, but we are doing, there's a center medallion portion, and around it are these log cabins. And so the previous months we did applique on the bottom and the top borders. This month we're getting into embroidery, so I'm learning some stitches, so I'll show you what I've done. So I've finished this month's embroidery, and I think next month we'll do the side ones, maybe the applique, and then the embroidery on them. So this right here is my top row. It has some Queen Anne's lace. It's got some French knots. We're learning different stitches. There's 2 cherries with back stitches, and I think that's it for the top border. The bottom border, I tried to make these look like purple coneflowers. We have them outside, so I wanted to somehow get purple coneflowers in. And then I'm not even sure what kind of flower that is, but we outlined it. And these were the pieces that were too small to do the lobster fork turn, so I just zigzagged them down. And then we did these little flowers here. And I think that's it. Oh, no. The stitch I hated the worst, the satin stitch on this flower. And this flower hangs off because it kind of overlaps the top border and the side border. So I can't sew him down yet until I put it all together. So the next thing that's kind of calling me, back when I finished Cancer, I did what I call my therapy quilt. And I love shirting fabrics. And so I took 2-inch shirting fabrics and I created 16 patches, and it's kind of a controlled scrappy. So I'll show you. Oh, it's heavy. This is my therapy quilt. It is king size. So it is, I'm not even sure what you can see, but it is 108 by 108. And I didn't string piece any of it. I put it together in 16 patches. So I had a little tin that I had all my little 2-inch pieces of fabric, and I would just pull 16. I had a rule, so it was a controlled scrappy. Each 16 patch had to have 2 stripe fabrics. Let's see if I can show you some. So each 16 patch had to have 2 stripes and at least one dark, and all the stripes had to go up and down, and no 2 fabrics in the 16 patch. And if a fabric looked like it had an up or down, I make sure they were all up. So there's a up and down to my quilt. So the next thing I want to do is I want to square this up. It's heavy. So I can put a border on. And so I bought, I think, a border fabric that will work with it. I'm not sure. So that's what I want to do next. So this quilt is probably as close to perfection that I'll ever get. I made sure that every intersection where the squares met, let me show you, all these little intersections, they match perfectly. So in this quilt there are, let's see, I wrote it down. There's 72 squares across the top, and it's 72 squares down. So that's 5,184 squares in this quilt that were individually picked out and pieced together, and all the little intersections matching. So I really want to get this trimmed and finished with a binding. So I might do a video of how I square it up. And I had someone show me how you do competition corners you need to binding. So I'm going to try that. So that might be the next video, is me finishing that king size quilt. So I love that quilt. Love shirtings, love Civil War fabrics. So yeah. So I hope you're having a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe. Bye for now.